And I will be talking to you about my book, Lord of the Flies.
Alright, so I'm going to give you some questions, and I'm going to need you to answer them.
Alright.
How does Chapter 1 of How to Read a Literature Like a Professor, Every Trip is a Quest, except when it's not, related to the novel Lord of the Flies?
Well, Chapter 1 of How to Read Literature Like a Professor relates to Lord of the Flies in ways that throughout the story, the boys go on lots of adventures, and you can call them a quest, whether that be a simple hunting trip, a search mission, or trying to get rescued. They all help the kids reach an end goal of gaining knowledge.
How do boys survive, and where do they go to get their food and water?
Well, when they arrive on the island, they get in a little group and they vote for who's going to become chief, their leader. The boys vote for Ralph to be chief because they feel like he's the most experienced, and Jack really doesn't agree with that. But so Ralph gives Jack the role of hunting, and he has his choir group. He goes out and hunts animals, brings back, cook up the meat. They got food. For water, they go to the lagoon, and they just get water from there.
Why did the boys break off into two groups?
Well, Jack was getting frustrated with Ralph, and he really wanted to make his own tribe, I would say. So he says, "We'll hunt. I'm going to be chief." And a lot of the kids join Jack's tribe because he has little rules.
Why were the boys getting scared on this isolated island?
Well, the boys went on their little adventures, and they mistaked a dead man with a parachute on for a beast, and they don't know that it's just a dead man in reality, but they actually think it's a beast, and they're very scared. Ralph says the beast has teeth and big black eyes. Later on in the story, the boys mistake Simon, who's just a little innocent kid, in the dark as a beast, and they stab him to death.
How did Simon's death affect the boys?
Simon's death represents a loss of innocence, and it hits Ralph pretty hard. Piggy says, "We were scared." This also means that Jack's group will have more power because Simon was part of Ralph's group. The plot kind of switches over to survival of the fittest, and the boys' mindsets do as well.
What was the purpose of Jack's group stealing Piggy's glasses?
Well, at this point, Jack did not he couldn't make a fire, so without a fire, it's hard to survive. He's kind of in the mindset that if you're not with him, you're against him. He goes to Ralph's hut, smashes it, breaks it down, and they take Piggy's glasses. It says, "From his left hand dangled Piggy's broken glasses." Piggy and Ralph then, the next day, plan to go back and make a bribe. They're going to give Jack the conch in exchange for the glasses, but it doesn't go down that well, and they end up killing Piggy.
Why did the boys kill Piggy?
Well, the boys didn't want anything to do and hear what Piggy had to say about the bribe, and they didn't want to give his glasses back. Obviously, if you weren't with Jack, you're dead to him. And they killed him, showing that they have more power and stating their dominancy.
How did the kids finally get rescued?
At this point in the story, Ralph, he's all alone. He has no conch, no glasses, no way of making fire. So he really is out of luck in the situation, and Jack wants nothing to do with him. So him and his tribe planned on hunting and killing Ralph. The funny thing is that Ralph gets stuck in a bush, and they try to push him out of the bush by lighting it on fire. The irony of this is that fire that they tried to push him out of to hunt and kill him actually was the fire that signaled the boat to come to the beach and ended up rescuing them.
How would you conclude the similarities between the two novels?
Well, throughout this up and down journey of an attempt of getting rescued, the boys get out of huge life lessons. One in that power is everything, and things don't always go up the way you planned. For example, Piggy's and Simon's death. Also, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. There's always a slimmer of hope out there, and you should never give up. They realize the mistakes they have made, and in the end, they all break down into tears, and everything starts to come together.